Saudi Arabia just made one of the biggest changes to the world's most ambitious construction project, and hardly anyone's talking about it. A few years ago, they promised a city unlike anything humanity had ever built. I'm talking about 110-mile-long mirrored skyscraper stretching across the desert. It sounded less like a city and more like a science fiction. Hey you, welcome back to Rotion. I'm Big John. On this channel we talk about the world's biggest real estate projects, real estate stories, and the money that's behind it. Without further ado, let's get back to the story. This project is called The Line. It's the centerpiece of an even bigger development called NEOM, Saudi Arabia's plan to build an entirely new region powered by technology, tourism, and innovation. But today, that vision looks very different. Construction has scaled back, timelines have shifted, and suddenly, everyone is asking the same question. What happened? Did one of the richest countries on earth finally discover this project was simply too ambitious? Or is there a much bigger story hiding behind the headlines? Let's find out. Now, to understand why NEOM is changing course, you first have to understand just how unbelievable the line really was. Imagine a building taller than the Empire State Building that stretches further than the distance between New York and Philadelphia. That's essentially what Saudi Arabia wanted to build. Everything you needed would have been within a 5-minute walk. I'm talking about high-speed trains instead of highways, artificial intelligence managing neighborhoods, no traffic, no pollution. From a real estate perspective, it promised something developers have chased for decades. A city where every home, business, and service is connected. One perfectly planned out community. It looked less like a city and more like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. So when construction finally started, a reality showed up. Every mile required millions of tons of concrete, steel, glass, electric infrastructures, water systems, and thousands of workers. Now imagine repeating that process not once, but for 110 miles. It wasn't just expensive, it actually became one of the most difficult engineering challenges ever attempted. Extreme desert temperature, powerful winds, mountains that couldn't simply be flattened. Every new mile became more difficult and dramatically more expensive. Here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. What if this was never about running out of money? What if the real story is where the money's going? Over the last few years, Saudi Arabia has been pouring billions into AI, tourism, entertainment, sports, and other massive developments. So, has the line simply become one project competing with many others? Or is there something even bigger happening behind the scenes? But here's what makes this story fascinating. The line isn't canceled. Construction is still happening and billions are still being invested. But the project the world was originally introduced to probably isn't going to be the one in 10 years. As someone who works in real estate every day, this isn't unusual. Markets change, costs change, demand changes. Maybe this was always going to happen. Maybe the original vision was designed to capture the world's attention before construction caught up with reality. But one thing is certain, even countries with enormous wealth eventually have to answer the same question every developer does. Is the return worth the investment?